Today, I want to focus on Earth Day as a part of our national environmental wellness initiative, if I might say it that way. I just want to give a little background information, if I might. The first Earth Day was established April 22nd, 1970, when it mobilized millions of Americans from all walks of life, all ages, with the idea that they wanted to focus on mobilizing everybody to think about how we can keep the earth as healthy as possible. How we as Americans can make sure that we are doing the very best that we can to protect the earth from toxins, to protect the earth so that we safeguard it from anything that's unhealthy and that's not good for those of us who inhabit the earth, if I could say it that way, right? So it's this idea that to protect and safeguard the planet, and as earthday.com said, earthday.org, said, to fight for a brighter future. And so with that in mind, earthday.org also said that since 1970, Earth Day has evolved into one of the largest civic events on the earth. And it activates over 1 billion people annually across 192 countries. So now it's not just Americans who are focusing on the environment and the earth, but other countries have also come alongside. So that again, over 192 countries are focusing on what can we do to protect and safeguard our planet, and again, fight for a brighter future. And again, not just for us, but for future generations, right? So with that in mind, at that very first Earth Day in April 1970, there were some laws, environmental laws, that were initiated to try to help come alongside and protect the earth. In the United States alone, there was the Clear Air Act, there was the Clear Water and Endangered Species Act, and there was the establishment of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. Those organizations and laws, again, were enacted to try to come alongside the goal of Earth Day in order to help preserve the earth. The theme from Earth Day is, it's not a day, it's a movement. And so the idea behind that obviously is, while April 22nd is designated as the day that all people all across the world focus on preserving the earth, but the reality is that it should be a movement. It's an actuality that all of us every day should figure out how we can contribute to the well-being of the earth and to help preserve it. And so I know many of us, we recognize that even over the last couple of years, I think supermarkets have limited in some places giving out plastic bags, right? There are more recycle bins all over the place than I've ever seen, because the idea is that each one of us can contribute both as a group, but also individually, to protect the earth by making sure that we don't contribute to the pollutants that help to destroy the earth. And one of the things that earthday.org has pointed out is that there is a concentrated effort to reduce the production of pollutants that come from plastics and how we destroy plastics. And so one of the themes that they came up with for the goal of having a 60% reduction in the production of all plastics by 2040, their theme is planet versus plastics. And they're calling for all of us to advocate across the world about the health risk of plastics. And also with this idea that the single use of plastics contribute to the deterioration of our environment. And so with that in mind, we know that a lot of organizations and supermarkets, even FWC, has given out even these material supermarket bags to help reduce the amount of plastics that we use even when we go to the supermarket. I'm hoping that this information is helpful as we think about how to help preserve the earth, not just for us, but for future generations, so that it is as healthy as possible with the reduction of toxins that we breathe in and that we take into our beings, right? And so earthday.org, if you want more information about how to help to contribute to the well-being of the earth and what initiatives are there, I encourage you to go to earthday.org and take a look at a lot of the suggestions that they have around how to preserve our environment, this national, international environment called Earth. And so I would close with this sort of charge, if I can. Each of us has to ask ourselves the question, what can we do individually and even in some corporate spaces to contribute to the well-being of our earth, to help us to have to reduce the plastic and the toxins that affect the earth and deteriorate the earth? Each of us has to ask ourselves the question, just like we would do in our own homes, how can we make sure that it is as safe as possible? What can we do to help preserve the earth, to safeguard it as best as possible? What is one commitment that you will make to help our environment, this place we call Earth, to be a healthy, safe environment? Again, not just for us, but for generations to come. I know for me, I've been much more strategic about recycling than I ever used to be, because I understand from a lot of the research that the plastics and the way in which we destroy them many times are contributing to the pollution that affects our earth. As I close, my question, sort of charge to you is, what will you do to help preserve the earth, the environment that we all live in? God bless you.